1989. Joseph E. Lasardo was pursuing his Ph.D. in molecular biology at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. He took an elective course in the area of molecular biology in which students were required to give an oral presentation on a topic of their choice out of a given list. In his talk, he presented scientific evidence which supported the idea of intelligent design. Although he doesn't remember anything unusual about his grade for the course, the professor, who is the head of the cell biology department at the college, later called him in for a private meeting.
He sat me down, and the bottom line is, after a little bit of conversation, he said, I don't know that it would be right for us as a institution to give a degree to someone who does not, who believes as you do, who doesn't believe in and teach and support and uphold the tenets of evolution.
In the end, the professor didn't pursue this, and Dr. Lasardo received his Ph.D. in molecular biology. He later went on to become a pastor, but still has connections with friends in the scientific field who have told him some startling news.
Today, from what I hear from some friends that are still in the field, they are told they have to be quiet.
Do you think that from what you've observed and heard, that science is being hindered by this kind of suppression?
Well, I think science is being hindered any time there is a quenching or a squelching of any kind of investigation. Yes, so yes, it is.
Dr. Lasardo's incident is far from isolated. Academic oppression against those who question or don't believe in evolution seems like a fairly common occurrence. A shocking example of this is the treatment by Iowa State University of Dr. Guillermo Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez is a Ph.D. astronomer who had written 68 peer-reviewed scientific articles by 2007, with his work being cited over 1,500 times in scientific literature. He had also co-authored a college-level astronomy textbook published by Cambridge University Press. However, when he came up for tenure, he was rejected. The reason? Based on both public comments and secret emails exchanged amongst faculty at ISU, it appears it had to do with a book he co-authored titled The Privileged Planet. The problem with the book was that it presented evidence which supported the idea of intelligent design. In an email dated July 20, 2004, Bruce Harman, a physicist at ISU, wrote the following. Under medication, I decided to watch The Privileged Planet last night. Wow, really glossy professional filming with a nice British accent to add authority. It saved the message until the last minute. After negative comments about the film's message, he finishes by saying, Gonzalez is right up front, nearly holding hands with the Discovery Institute guru. This one could approach a supernova during and particularly after the tenure meetings. Other shocking statements were made in the publicized email correspondence, such as this statement by ISU physicist John Hopman. I believe the religious nutcases should be challenged at every opportunity, but in ways that do not hand them more free publicity. Harman also wrote, in reference to a talk Gonzalez gave on intelligent design, I would have thought an intelligent person would have at least kept quiet until after tenure. It is horrible that an American scientist teaching at one of our country's public universities would be subject to this kind of shady, under-the-table oppression simply because he thought that scientific evidence supports a theory which some faculty didn't like. Dr. John Patterson, who it happens also taught at ISU, wrote an article titled Do Scientists and Scholars Discriminate Unfairly Against Creationists? In it he said, yes, creationism is discriminated against, but this is precisely as it should be. It is the responsibility of teachers and school officials to discriminate against incompetently conceived subject matter, and also to discriminate against anyone who advocates that such materials be given positive cover in science classes. Is the idea of a creator so antithetical to science that it should receive this kind of suppression? Consider if scientists discovered a computer on the surface of Mars before computers were invented on Earth. As they researched its complex design and the vast amounts of information stored as binary code on its hard drive, wouldn't it be a valid scientific conclusion to say it had an intelligent designer? If it is permissible to make that conclusion for a hypothetical discovery like this, we should certainly allow scientists, teachers, and students free range to conclude that the design they see in science had a designer as well.